Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avadon 3. Last episode, we began! And went down to speak with our commander and got our orders. There are hands over here, one of whom I believe we know. We also took a look at the information center and got another quest that we'll eventually do. And before we move on to see the hands, let's take a look in the workshop. A guard stops you when you try to enter the workshop. I'm sorry, Hand. Commander Cerise doesn't want you to enter until she has spoken with you. Oh, and she wants to speak with you. The guard isn't a Hand. You could easily shove him aside, but you decide not to cause trouble. It's been such a nice, quiet day. Okay, then. Nobody comes back here when they can avoid it. This is a Keeper's Hall. Every Avadon outpost has one in case the Keeper has to visit. This Keeper's Hall has never ever been used. It's locked up and nobody's allowed in. The doors are chained shut. Except for cleaning every few years, nobody's allowed into the Keeper's Hall. Security reasons. They don't want anyone slipping in and placing traps. Okay, I guess our only choice now is to go and speak at the Hand Camp. Around here. This is the Hand Encampment. Every Avadon camp has one. This is where visiting Hands rest, prepare their gear, and wait for new work. When outsiders want to hire Hands to do whatever, it's good to have them in one place. It's been pretty empty for the last year. That's why you're surprised to see new Hands here. A sorceress and a shadow walker. They're both absorbed in their work. There's a couple other people here. Han Kasich is sitting in the smithy, boots up on the table, carving a long piece of wood. You haven't spoken to him much in the few years since he was transferred here from the Kava. He's a shaman of the Wildrim. He's also grim, quiet, and slightly twitchy. Normally when you are around him, he is deathly quiet. This time he actually nods to you. Gabriel, greetings. Greetings. Kasich nods. We haven't talked. We should. Things are changing. The Hands must talk. We must be ready. What do you think will happen? A new offensive, I think. The air has that feel. Maybe to knock Kamari out of the war. Or be all to the good. Hand Kasich sits and carves his piece of wood. It's still strange that he welcomes your company, and you suspect that this could change at any moment. What is it, Gabriel? How have you been faring? I'm tired. That's why I was sent here. I'm resting. Getting ready for the next fights. There's some shame to this, but Acting Keeper Protus knows that Hands must rest. Where were you sent here from? I served in the Kava. Dry land, harsh laws. Invaded by the Warborn. Wretches, titans, ogres. Mindless hordes. Killing and killing and killing. Do you know Acting Keeper Protus? Saw once, briefly. After he was elevated and Redbeard was thrown out, he toured the camps. Came to Kava. I saw him. What do you think of him? I think he acts as keeper. Can have me thrown into Avadon dungeons with a word. Brain red. Broken. Become trembly little man. I think I keep my opinions to myself. I think you should do the same. Why were you sent away? Kasich is still for a long moment. He looks at the carved wood in his hands. You notice that he is carving a titan, but the result is twisted and misshapen. I killed hundreds of Warborn. With my beasts and spells, hour after hour. They kept coming. When they die, they scream like people. I wanted to stay, but my commander looked me in the eyes and said I needed a rest. A brief rest. I was sent here. Then rest, so you can fight later. Thank you. It is good to talk to one who knows duty. Indeed. You've done a lot of fighting, but you can't drive yourself to madness. Even in times of war, yes, we need everyone, but if you neglect their sanity, you're a shaman of the Wildrealm. I am. It is rare for soldiers of my calling to serve here, I know. This is my homeland. Even rarer with the rebellion. Soldiers don't serve in their homelands? They do as little as possible. Soldiers of the Pact serve in lands far from home. This brings the Pact closer together. Dharam fights in Holklands, Kava fights with Kellam. We see others in Pact as people, not distant strangers. It's a good plan, I think. Pity it seems to help little. I see it as a mixed bag, personally. On the one hand, yes, it brings everyone together. But on the other hand, you're taking away people who know how to fight in their homeland. You need to keep some people in, some Dharamites in Dharam. You need to keep some soldiers in the Kava. They know their land. They know their territory. You're bringing new people into these territories. People who don't know how to fight there. What does the rebellion have to do with it? Wildrim rebellion continues. Half of my people fight other half. Fight pact. Deal with Farlands. Have you had to fight Wildrim rebels? This is one grace granted to me. My good luck. Never had to kill my own people. I dread the day when this must change. What do you think of the rebellion? It's a shameful thing. They throw away everything we have gained. For what? Clinging to old ways? Refusal to ever change? Our children die for the right to keep outsiders out and charge tolls on roads. The rebellion must end. It must not succeed. They have thrown away their duty. They must apologize and submit. Do you have any missions I could do? I do, but things are in much disorder. So I don't think you can leave the camp. Come back to me when you can. Will do. Since before you arrived, Camp Nightshade's smithing needs have been handled by a burly Kaval man named Okan. He nods as you approach. Busy times, Gabriel. Needing anything today? Anything you can just give me? Okan looks nervous for a moment. Oh, you're just kidding me. Hands have to pay their way. You can't just go around demanding things of us normal people. You wouldn't break the Keeper's laws, would you? Well, let me see your wares. Wow, they really changed the artwork of some of these things. I like it. Chainmail, basic stuff. Not gonna buy anything right now. Though I would like to sell these 2 animal skins and this vase, whatever. I don't need anything. Well, thanks for stopping by then. Nice to see a familiar face. Okay. Hands are down here. That's just a guard. There's a chest over here. Anything useful? Some coins. The leather belt is handy. And I don't think I need those. Well, I mean, the robe is better than a tunic. Anything in here? No, nothing of value. Okay. You meet another hand of Avadon. This young Shadow Walker sits cross-legged by the fire, sharpening his sword. He's still dirty from the road. He's very young. You were older when you began your training than he is now, but he already has the calm, tired demeanor of an experienced campaigner. In the age of chaos, when war has spread to every corner of the known lands, soldiers get jaded fast. He looks up at you and frowns. I don't know you, but you're a hand. Are you Gabriel? You nod. I'm Botan. Commander Cerise told me to find you. Cerise said you would come. He sets his blade to the side and motions for you to sit. He takes a sip of ale from one of the nearby bottles and motions for you to join him if you wish. He's given me guidance. You may choose me or Nathalie to help. He nods at a sorcerer sitting by a nearby fire. This work will be a refreshing change. What do you think of her guidance? She's not a hand. We don't have to do what she says. However, I'll happily take her advice if I think it's wise. Right now, it is wise. Opening up that laboratory might be a very wise idea. He doesn't elaborate. Why is it a refreshing change? I prefer to spend some time killing things that aren't begging me for mercy. It's more peaceful. You're a hand of Avadon. I am. Trained and tested in the field. How long have you been a hand? He confidently meets your gaze. Not long. A little less than 2 years. Came to Avadon after Redbeard was thrown out. Acting Keeper Protus selected me himself. Do not let my age concern you. I'm fully trained and tested in the field. Where have you served? Everywhere. I was based in Avadon, and Keeper Protus used the portals to send me wherever assassination was required. I worked very hard, and I was granted a brief rest period. Then I was diverted. Diverted? I had completed a mission, and my commander told me to come here. Not sure why. I'm here now and eager to help. Botan sits by the fire and cleans his weapons. I'm still here if you need my help. Cerise has pests she needs killed. What can you do for me? I'm a Shadow Walker. I use my tools and weapons in battle. I'm trained as an assassin. I slip in and kill quickly. If trapped, I escape and strike from smoke and shadows. Botan lifts his tunic. He wears armor underneath it. I do not shrink from a fight, however I can't withstand direct battle as well as the Blade Masters can. If Cerise offers you my aid and you wish it, please come tell me. That's all I need for now. Alright. I suspect that I will be stationed here for some time. I think we'll have time to speak later. For now, I sense that things are about to become very hectic. Before you can ask him to elaborate, he grabs a razor disc and sharpening stone and returns to work. Very focused on business, I see. Definitely going to improve locksmith as soon as we can. Really? He gets Mighty Blow. Interesting. Blade training. The pot one is definite. Razor disc training, work on. Assassinate. Delivers a vicious blow with your blade, delivering massive extra damage. Level 3 enables an additional attack after using it. Level 6 is Death Blow. Delivers an awesome blow with your blade. Then if your target's health is low enough, does massive extra damage. That sounds useful. Shattering Blow, not as much. Healing Focus, definitely useful. Shadow Step. Shadow Walker's Focus. Flash Powder. And the efficiency skills. Those are going to be useful. Okay. Good to know. Alright. And now, Nathalie. You meet one of the two hands who have just arrived at Camp Nightshade. She's a Kellum mage. She's only slightly older than you, but she seems much older. Part of this is because of her wounds. She moves as if she has been in many battles. Her left arm bears a savage burn very similar to the one Commander Cerise has. She points at the chair opposite from you. She looks at you when you sit, but she barely seems interested. Hello, are you the hand I will be helping? Sorry, I've been passed around so many hands, you see. Let's make the introductions. I am Nathalie. Commander Cerise told me to find you. Then you are Gabriel. Cerise told me about you. She seems competent. She is also tormented by a wound like mine. I can sympathize. Anyway, I am Nathalie. I am a sorceress. I have a lot of experience. If you need my help, I am here. How did you burn your hand? Fighting a drake. A clever one, which trapped me with a spell. It's a long story, happened years ago. It's a very common wound for sorcerers in war, though. She holds out her hands before her. We always fight like this. Makes sense, yes? Anyway, what do you want? You're a hand of Avadon. I am. I have been since well before the Age of Chaos. I have even served Redbeard directly. My record is strong. I do very well with what little I am allowed. How long have you been a hand? I was accepted into the service of Avadon in 6312. That means she became a hand when still in her mid-teens. Extremely young. As if she shares your thoughts, she says, I showed a lot of promise when I was very young. Don't worry, nobody thinks I have great potential anymore. Right. Where have you served? I've been in every state of the Pact and every Farland. When I was in Avadon, they looked for any excuse to send me out again. I was training some recruits in Hoaglandia when I was told to come here. Who told you to come? The order was unsigned. It bore the seal of Avadon. It told me to come here immediately. I did not question it. The training was boring me, so I was eager to leave. Nathalie sits at the table, taking notes and reading scrolls. She barely looks up as she speaks with you. Yes? What can you do for me? I can summon searing flames or cloud the minds of our foes. However, I function best at a distance. If some big warrior types aren't keeping the enemy away, you will find that I won't be very useful. Because I will be dead. Right, that's all I need for now. I will resume my studies. These scrolls are all I am allowed, so I will do what I can with them. The two new hands are in your roster. You can change your inventory when you're in an Avadon base. Now that you've spoken with them, you can return to Commander Cerise. First, though... Oh yes, they both need pants. I'll give you pants. He actually has a helm. Chainmail! We need that. We definitely need that. And an iron short sword, which is better than this dagger. These two vases can be sold. You have an iron short sword and an iron razor disc. I found some pants. I can give them to you. You don't need anything else. Also, what are your abilities? Let's see. Unlock Charm and Air Chrysalis. Envelops a mage in a powerful shield for a short time. Also might restore some of the caster's action points. That sounds incredibly useful. I'm definitely going to be taking care of that. Firebolt, level up to Icy Lance. Hot Coals. Heats the ground of the target area, burning all who cross it. Level 3, a small amount of fire damage to all in the target area. Level 6, gain Ice Slick. Covers the ground with enchanted ice shards, freezing all who cross them. Interesting. Lightning Wind and Steel Wind, Ice Storm and Firestorm, Searing Spray, Corrupting Cloud. Definitely gonna work up on that. Daze, meh. Arcane Blessing and Haste, eh. Arcane Curse and Slow, Confusion, Assault Blessing. Again, probably not going to do much in the utility skills area. And efficiency skills are the standard kind of stuff, which I will work on eventually. Anyway, I believe I saw what I needed in one of these pants. No, not this one. It was the other one. Why do you walk all the way over there? There we go, pants. You need pants. Thank you. Alright, let's look elsewhere here. Looks like that's the gate outside. Not gonna go out there yet. You start to turn the wheel and open the gate, but you change your mind. Commander Cerise controls who goes in and out. As a hand, you are allowed to go where you want, but overruling the commander's orders is a massive breach of etiquette. Makes some sense. Oh. This woman is neither a soldier or a servant of Avadon. Very unusual for this camp. She's a merchant standing by her wagon, eager to trade. 2 guards stand nearby, bored. There are no thieves here. You know her well. She is Trader I, the only traveling merchant who brings goods from the outside world to this remote camp. She waves you over, pointing proudly at the goods arranged on the blankets before you. Greetings, Gabriel! It is an exciting time, is it not? Best to buy a few luxuries before you head out to the fight. Any news from the road? Oh, some. I hear things as I travel. The Cimmerians are still defiant, though they are only able to field an army to the west. The Wildrum rebels are exhausted, but they show no signs of surrendering. How are conditions on the road? Oh, very dangerous. I stick to the free roads, and then only when I am far from the land of the Wildrum rebels. Trader I shows you her goods and trades gossip around recent events. She is careful to avoid discussing Holglandia, though. She gets very heated when discussing her homeland's battles with Kalimdariel. Where do you get your supplies from? All over. It is a time of war. There are always desperate people willing to sell. Also poor peasants offering the arms they scavenge from battlefields. I buy things and bring them to you. This camp contains my best customers. Don't you worry about where the goods you sell came from? Of course. I never buy anything when I am sure it would hurt my honor. Yet how can I know? If someone sells a sword, who knows where it came from? Who owned it? The owner is dead. I do what I can, but there are limits. There anything you're looking for you can't get? So many things. The biggest loss is the herbs that grow only in Cimmeria. To sell those, I need to find a source and get permission from a hand to trade with the Farlands. I'd pay well for assistance. If only someone could spare the effort. She looks at you slyly. Maybe I can help you? Oh, I had hoped that you would offer. I hear you may be traveling up to Cimmeria soon. Just a rumor. If you go to Vanatok's stead, I have heard there is a shaman there. A young shaman, a skilled herbalist, studying arts of the Cimmerians reject. If she would agree to sell her herbs, I would reward you for your effort. Tell me about this shaman. I work in a world of rumors and vagueness. If I knew more, I would tell you. Why do you need my permission? Stone Wall Beyond. We can't do anything to help the Farlands, especially in this time of war. I wouldn't risk it, not unless a hand made sure to vouch for me. Okay, then. I want to trade with you. Let me see your wares. A leather, bow, more pants, lockpick. I could use one, but I'm not going to buy it right now. Though I am going to sell those 2 lamps. Alright. Thank you. Nightshade Quartermaster. Oh, look here. Protus's letter. An open announcement from Protus, acting keeper of Avadon, to all his hands and eyes. I've heard ugly stories of hands and eyes being insulting and even abusive to the soldiers of the Pact. This will stop now. Never forget, Avadon's agents do great good for the Pact. We spy, we raid, and we assassinate. However, it is the soldiers who will win this war. We must respect them. It is the soldiers of the Pact who stopped the Tawan assault in the battle for Sidika. It's our soldiers who suffered gruesome losses hunting the rebels and Cimmerian soldiers, and it is the soldiers who are being ground up holding back the Warborn at Goldcrag. They will be respected. If I hear of you doing otherwise, the gaze of Avadon will fall directly on you. Signed, Acting Keeper Protus. Okay then. You drop in on Quartermaster Sazi. The large, balding quartermaster has the permanent tan of the Kava people. His rounded belly makes you suspect that he hasn't been out in the field for a while. His shaky hand holds a pen. He makes tally marks on the parchment before him. A large, ornate mug sits in easy reach. When he looks at you, you can see dark circles under his eyes. Hello, Gabriel. Another hand looking for handouts? You know you're not getting anything here. Can I trade with you? Need things repeated, do you? No trading here. Our supplies are for packed soldiers only. The hands need to look out for themselves. Trader I, just outside, will gladly deal with you. Why do your hands shake? He holds his hands up, trying to show how steady they are. He fails. It's not polite to point out a man's faults, but I will tell you my flaw came from honorable service. What service is that? He seems pleased you asked. 2 years fighting the Cimmerian raiders. The warriors are tenacious scum. Fight to the death. We knew how to put them in their place. Why aren't you out there fighting? Lost 2 toes to frostbite during a winter patrol. We didn't have a shaman with us. Wasn't good for long marches anymore. Commander said I'd done enough out in the field. Commander Sazi holds his mug in one hand and stifles a yawn with the other. What else? You know I don't trade. Go outside for that. You look tired. Are you alright? His eyes narrow on you in distrust. Nothing that my medicine doesn't help. He takes a swig of the large mug beside him. I didn't realize beer counted as medicine. Funny, Hand. Helps me sleep, keeps the shakes down. I say it's good for whatever ails you. Say, I don't trade, but I'm looking for someone to collect some equipment for me. I'd pay in gear. Interested? What is it you need? Alchemical equipment. If you run into any intact pieces in your travels, I could use them. He draws you a sketch of what he wants. Looks like the sort of thing you'd find in any well-equipped alchemy lab. On second thought, no, it looks exactly like a still. What's the equipment for? I won't lie, I want to scavenge bits from them to finish my still, to make stronger medicine, and by that I mean, you know, liquor. It'd be a real service for the camp. Oh, and don't tell Commander Cerise. How would you making liquor be a service for the camp? Many of us here have seen and done too much. The morale of every soldier would improve if we could forget our troubles for a while. It'd be like an instant vacation from this endless war. He's convinced this is all very reasonable. It'll also probably create discipline problems in camp. Why shouldn't I tell Commander Cerise? She's a good commander, but tightly wound, a worrier. She'd forbid it, even if it'd do her good to occasionally drink herself into a stupor. At least she'd forget about her claw hand for a few hours. No, flooding the camp with liquor sounds like a terrible idea. Of course, whatever you say, Hand. Forget I mentioned it. He shakes his head disapprovingly. Nice mug. What are you drinking? He takes a big swig again, grins sardonically. My medicine. You smell the beer. Sazi's leisure activities are well known in the camp. Yeah, it's a quest, but, I'm not going to. It really does sound like kind of a bad idea. Oh, lockpick. Definitely something we need. We're going to need quite a few of them, I imagine, so at least we have some. Can we take any of these things? We can! Take the lamps, bronze helm we need to wear, wooden shield, and leather belt. Would be useful for our companions. Did it say I'm already encumbered? And here we have an emerald runestone. I am already encumbered. What the hell? Okay, put that down there. I am amazed. I really am not that strong. Definitely going to work on improving strength. Actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if there's a hidden path anywhere where he's keeping us still. It's possible. Not that I can see. Okay. Unless it's somewhere else, but it doesn't matter. Alright, out we go. And we have this goes to you, and since I'm going to be taking Nathalie, you can get the belt. I don't like that I'm already encumbered. Do I really have so little strength? Fa. Anyway, moving on back to the commander. Alright. Commander Cerise, I have spoken to Nathalie and Bowton. Thank you. I appreciate the effort. Now then, the message from Avadon was fairly simple. They want something. Seems like a simple thing, but that does not reassure me. What does Avadon want? They asked me to make sure that our magical workshop is open and cleaned out. It currently is not. This is Avadon's fort, so I'd rather send hands in there. Might be secrets after all. I'll have it unlocked for you. If you want to please your true masters, I would go in there and clear out any stray pests still alive in there. We have a magical workshop? Of course. All Avadon outposts have them. It's been sealed up for a few years, but I've always known it would need to be cleaned up eventually. Why was it sealed up? One of Avadon's eyes went in there about 10 years ago to do some experiment or other. There was an explosion, then screams, then monsters. You know how these things go. Redbeard's protocols were very clear in that case. We sealed it up. Now it's been unsealed. Can I keep anything I find? Why not? It's your fort. Can anyone help me? Bowton and Nathalie are at your disposal. They don't have much to do. One of them can help you clean the place out. When you enter the workshop, you'll be allowed to form your party. You can choose who will accompany you then. Alright, that's all. Thank you. We can do that. Alright. Let me see if I can actually go down here now. I can! Several cells have been dug out under the camp. Chimerian prisoners and interesting magical creatures are held here until they can be sent to Avadon for investigation. You haven't been down here in months, so you aren't sure who or what is being stored. Probably not a Chimerian. Their warriors tend to kill themselves before they can be captured. Interesting. Well, let's take a look. I'm curious. Hello. A small Chimerian woman is huddled in the back corner of the cell. She is still wearing her light leather traveling clothes, perfect for an enemy scout. They're filthy. She looks up at you with interest, but says nothing. When you step closer, you see she is very thin. She is also shivering. She's extremely cold. You work for the Chimerian army as a scout. She nods her head yes. You can hear her teeth clattering. Hail, first-class scout out of Vanatok's Stead. But you should already know that. Why did you allow yourself to be captured? You a spy? Chimerians are told to kill themselves in facing capture. Since Hal is alive, there must be more to her story. She looks down at the floor and shivers. Why won't you answer me? What's the point? You don't care what happens to me. The guards won't even give me a blanket. I'll make a deal with you. There's one thing I want to say. Bring me something warm and I'll say it. Well, I can find blankets. I'd be fine doing that. Lovely crystal. Okay, I'll take that. I know there's blankets somewhere in the fort. I could have sworn I saw them. Is that a spider? I think that was a spider. Yep, spiders. Oh, suddenly killing him. It's fine, I can kill him. Quite a few of them, though. Shouldn't take long. Come on, kill him. They've got a nest over there, but it's easy to deal with. And there we go. Now our health should health naturally regenerates. Wand of Fire. Well, that's something that could prove handy. Alright. Now, need to find a blanket somewhere. Should be one upstairs. Just enough time to do this before I end the episode. Think I saw one in here. I think. In one of these. Let's see, in here? No, those are not mine. I must have seen them somewhere else. Maybe in the information center, I think there was one. This away. Here we are, and... Is that a blanket? No, those are towels. Not blankets. No, I'm looking for. Let's see. Is it in here, maybe? No, that's paper. Not in here. I know I saw one. I know I saw available ones somewhere. Was it in here? Yeah, there may have been one in here. Not in there. There we go, blanket. Alright, bring it over to her. Hey, she says she wants to tell us something. She's probably just trying to get something warm and will probably say something like, screw you, but what the hell. I'm a nice person. I'm weird like that. You're not looking too good. This might help. She grabs a blanket and wraps it around her. The relief is almost enough to make her weep with joy. After a few minutes, she calms down. Thank you. I didn't think a hand of Avadon was capable of generosity. Are you willing to answer my questions? A few. I will if I can, but I don't know much. I was just a lowly scout. Are you really a scout or a spy? Not a spy, never. I only agreed to be a scout to support my family. I wasn't going to endanger them by doing more than was necessary. Why'd you let yourself get captured? Why not kill yourself like other Camarians? I'm no warrior. I don't have the luxury of killing myself to indulge my nation's sense of honor. My family has to eat. Tell me more about why your family needs you to be a scout. We're farmers going back 5 generations. My husband proudly went to serve when he was called. They paid him in coin. At the same time, the army started to confiscate our farm's food. At first, only a little was taken because they pay a dead warrior's family with guaranteed food for life. My husband had the misfortune of returning to us with a hurt knee. They stopped paying and they kept taking. I had to go to work. Wouldn't your family be fed if you died? I'm no warrior. Scouts don't get that deal. But we do get paid. Besides, after years of our strongest joining the army and dying in battle, our harvests diminish every year. Soon I doubt there will be enough to go around. If you return home, won't you be dishonored for living as a prisoner? I doubt it. They'll need me. My husband didn't want to go. I should have listened to him. When it was clear I was going, he told me to come back no matter what. I need to ask you for a favor. What is the favor? My family has no idea what happened to me. I want to send them a letter, letting them know I'm all right and will come home. I have a brother in Vanatok's stead. His name is Miklosh. He can pass a message to my husband. Will you do this for me? Obviously, I can't pay you. Sure, I'll take a message to Miklosh. You hand her paper and ink and wait while she writes a letter. She writes furiously for a few minutes. Then she rolls it up tightly and kisses the outside. She describes her brother. You take her note and who it should be delivered. You take her note and who it should be delivered to. Thank you. I'll never forget the hand who was kind to me. I owe you a debt for that. Yeah, now to just hope that isn't, you know, a spy note or something. We're kind. Don't repay our kindness with treachery. That said, I am going to end this episode here because it's gone on long enough. Next episode, we'll finally go into the workshop and see just what the hell is going on in there. Till then, I am Chester44. That is Gabriel. This has been an Avadon 3 Let's Play. And I shall see you all next time.